All right, so I just pressed record and we're gonna see how this goes. Um, yeah, new setup, new webcam, I got another mic. Really gonna be nice to just be able to kind of crank stuff out a lot easier. I can just kind of just press record and then go rather than getting everything set up. I think that was part of the reason why I didn't stay on top of posting stuff, was just because it was just a lot to get everything set up. But this way, recording on here, everything is together in one place. I don't have to sync the audio and video, which is very, very nice because that takes a lot of work. And so, yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this, but I kind of want to just start to get some of my life story, some of the shit that has happened out there. Um, who knows how long I'll be alive? And if I were to die one day, well, I will die one day. I guess I just want it documented for my family or whoever. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of peeking at my journal right here, seeing where to start. I kind of started journaling in 2017. Um, First thing I wrote in 2017 was, I believe God spoke to me in a dream last night. In my dream, he explained to me that he will be there for me on my life journey. I cried out to God and he showed me the way to safety. Once I made it down there, there were people chasing me with tasers. I just managed to get away from them. I believe this represents people who are pulling me down and away from God. Um, Here. They are trying to get me off the path. With God's help, I can overcome them and get away. I need God to show me the way. Looking back later in life, I think then I was blaming it on other people when in reality it was really my fault and internally my fault. You can't put the blame on other people. I mean, I know you want to surround yourself by people who bring you up, but my decisions were my decisions, and it's what put me where I am. Um, these are all from 2017. Dear Lord, as or if I become more successful, please keep me humble and to have it not go to my head. I am in this to do your work, not mine. I want to be able to influence lots of people. I think in order to do that, I need to be successful so that people will listen. I have a feeling that can't be explained, telling me I will do something great one day. I'm a warrior for you, Lord, and I want you to know that. Please keep me on the right track. Um, I have that quote highlighted right there. I have a feeling that can't be explained, telling me I will do something great one day. That has really kept me motivated in times that are hard. And I did have a feeling. I've always had a feeling like I need to share my story, and it's always scared me. Something I've been putting off for a long time, and I'm just getting older now. And I know if I don't do it now, I'll probably never do it. And I think it's worth it. So we'll see how this turns out. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going through my journal here and seeing what catches my eye. I had no preparation for this solo pod. Literally just got everything kind of working and pressed record. So, um, excuse me. Here, I'll just read this one. I haven't read this in a while, probably years. Again, this is way back to when I just started, probably right after I graduated high school, or maybe it was my senior year. Um, there are moments in my life when I think you are talking to me or you are showing me the way. While it's happening, sometimes I will feel uncomfortable or I'll get the chills. I don't realize it's you until later. I think you had me in Mr. Koning's last class for a reason. When we read some of the quotes by David Thoreau and watched some videos, I would get the chills. Some things I would agree with 100%. I also could see myself living like some of them, as in living off the grid, like into the wild type stuff, just living alone in nature and not being so caught up in society, which is where it feels like I am right now. Um, I really don't care if I am rich. All I really care about is getting paid to do what I love and to know what I am doing is and to know what I'm doing is the right thing. I want to do what you put me on this world to do. I feel like I can bring about change, but I'm not exactly sure how yet. I only have my ideas. I believe as my life keeps playing out, you will keep showing me more and more of what my purpose is. I really think I will do something important. I need you to be with me in everything I do and every place I go. I really don't care how I said it again, but I really don't care how rich I am. I just hope I am not in debt. I think for the next chapter of my life, CC is going to be a good way to get started. Please reassure me that. In your name, amen. Yeah, back to just feeling like I'm supposed to do something. Like I said, I've had that feeling for years and years, and I never really know what to do with it. Um, Getting the chills and feeling like when there are signs is something probably gotten a little bit better with reading with age. But sometimes, you know, you try to just say, oh, that was a coincidence, or like, if you ignore it, there's so much noise now that you just forget about it right away. But like, I've made big decisions off gut instincts, and um, it's hard sometimes to make rash decisions. But I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, isn't the purpose of life just to try and figure out why the fuck you're here? But like, and I always felt like there's been something kind of guiding me, and so guiding me both ways, honestly, guiding me in the wrong direction and guiding me in the correct direction. I think there's just like forces at work with everybody, and it just depends which ones you choose to follow. And also, sometimes it can be hard to know, like, what you never know. Decisions are so hard, man. I think it's beautiful though, how beautiful and scary, just how one decision can have such a big impact that you never saw coming. Um, I didn't date these beginning ones because I just didn't had no idea what the heck I was doing. Um, but yeah, it's got to be between 2017, 2018, where we are right now. Yeah, this is just talking about, I used to have very vivid like dreams of casting out demons and shit like that, which I'll get into that. I've had some supernatural experiences throughout my life. I know that sounds crazy. But I want to talk about those more in depthly. Like, just that'll be a specific episode. I would like to do that one with someone else too. Who knows? Who knows? Or I'll just do it alone. Who knows? Let's see what I was writing here. Simplicity. I wonder when I wrote this. Driving down a road with no destination in mind. There are beautiful views everywhere, and your only worries are food, shelter, sleep. It really does make life much more simple, and not knowing what lies on the turn ahead brings a thrill and excitement. I found myself happier than I have ever been experiencing this. I really wonder what. I mean, I've had that a lot. Experiences like that quite a few times throughout my life, but I wonder which one really sparked that because I was still young when I did this. A lot of just talking about showing me the way. Um, Random Philosophy by Young Kev. Do you ever wonder what heaven will be like? What if when we die, it's us waking up from a dream? I've thought about this idea and I don't like it. I don't know if I hate that idea now, but I think I think if Christians thought that this is not proper English right here. I think if Christians thought that were true, they would stop helping others and it would defeat the purpose of religion. That's not necessarily not true. An idea that I have thought about and like would be if our heavenly bodies are already with God and we chose to come back down to earth to try and make the world a better place, but like really, so you're in heaven and the movie still represents it perfectly. You're you are conscious in heaven, you're this heavenly thing, and you choose to come back down and for a reason to either impact something or who knows why you chose to come back down, but you chose to come back down, but you know you'll forget everything. Um Forgetting everything. But yeah, we forget everything, start from a baby, but when we die, it'll all make sense. I like this idea. I think that if more people thought this were true, they would try harder to find the reason they were on this earth. I think the most important thing in life is finding your purpose. And once you achieve that, it's working really hard. Really, it's working really hard and you will experience true happiness. A lot of people get trapped into a life that has so much routine that before they know it, they are 40. I don't know. I don't want that. I want to live out my purpose and to do what I was put on this earth to do. I love you, God, in your name, amen. Um, Again, that's why I think I just have not given up yet, is I've always had these feelings. What else is interesting? Interesting. I got some quotes in here. It's funny looking. Okay, we're in 2018 now, so these are the dates. That looks like when I started. Um, This is 10/16/2018. I don't want to, I don't want to be a regular person. I want to be great. Bring change, have a voice, make a difference. Bring more people to your kingdom. I can I can vision myself doing this. I can see Wolf changing lives. I know it will. I believe in it. I know one day I will look back at this and realize just how far I've come. I can see the steps I have to take. Thank you so much for giving me such a clear vision. If it wasn't for you, I would not be where I am today. In fact, I wouldn't even be alive. Thank you for blessing me. I can't wait until we change the world. Dang, man. I really did believe in myself. I thought I would have probably I definitely thought at that day and age that I would have done more. Um, but I think part of the beauty is not knowing and also finding myself and um, waiting till I was really ready and mature enough to start sharing my story. Um, I am somebody that really puts probably too much thought into the dreams they have. I think if we were to talk about like spiritual gifts or whatever, it would be interpreting dreams. Um, I've been pretty in tune with my dream state for a few years now. I've had like dreams that like literally very like come true, which is freaking wild. And this is what I'm going to read about. Just one random one that happened in 2018. Um, and I could do maybe even a whole one about just some of the crazy dreams I've had. But this one, kind of interesting, kind of random. Last night I had an odd dream that was very vivid. I remember I was sitting in a chair with a with a distinct mustache, drinking tea or coffee. The second, I feel like it wasn't. I feel like I wrote this wrong, but a very distinct mustache, drinking tea. That day, the next day, I met a guy at Bill and Paul's named Jack Bennett. And the second I looked at him, he had a very distinct mustache, and that dream popped right in my head. Um, I knew this could have been a sign, so I wanted to pursue a conversation with this guy. And I got that feel, like I said, I got that gut instinct, the chills or whatever you want to call it, when the hair on the back of your neck stands up to where like you feel like it's a sign. Um, so I pursued a conversation with him and found that he is leaving for Hawaii, and then after he's riding his bike across New Zealand to raise money for mental health. He started a GoFundMe, and we now, and I wanted to do some work with him, and never ended up happening. But pursued a conversation with the guy, and he happened to be biking across New Zealand to raise money for mental health, and I thought that was awesome. Always wanted to do something kind of crazy like that, big trip. Um, I think it just goes to show, like, if you feel like it's a sign, at least just try and talk to the person. End up being a super cool dude. No idea where he's at now, but yeah, this is where I talk about balance and need to get too in depth into this because I'm going to save that. Still in 2018. Long day, Gavin. Dang, there's already 2024, man. Yeah, I wish I journaled more, man. Let me see where I can find some of my random quotes. Sometimes I feel like I was ahead of my time, man. Smarter than I am now. Quotes by Kev, part 1. Don't just sit back and watch life go by, make things happen, make a change. You can do great things, you just need the courage to do it. Nowadays, so many people get trapped in society and don't realize the life they are living is terrible. A person who believes is a person who knows the truth. Humans shouldn't live out survival of the fittest because we are God's special creation. People have/will doubt me, but they haven't seen what I have seen. God speaks to us, and you just need to look for it. And that's another thing where I said we have so many distractions now. But if you try and like question why certain things happen, look, that very vivid dream you had, what could that mean? What could that represent? You just need to look for it. If you don't look for it, you're never going to see it. Before you look at other people's lives, make sure you look at yours. Otherwise, they will laugh at you. I don't know what made me think. Yeah, just look. You shouldn't even look at other people's lives, really. Like, something that I've learned with age and with traveling is that no matter who you are or how successful you are, anything, I think you can learn from talking to anybody. I know you can. Hear people out, hear what they have to say, what insight they might have, and just try and soak up as much as possible. I think with the surplus of information now, people think they're experts in things, and it's just like, hear what they have to say. There's a reason why they think the things they do, even if you don't agree with it. At least try and take one thing out of it. Yeah, so I guess with these, I just gonna try and start to get some of my story out there, and this is just kind of random journals I wrote throughout the years. Um, I felt like I've had a calling, and I think my call. I mean, I have no idea what it is, but I feel like right now I just need to start to get it out there. I've struggled a lot with addiction throughout my life and mental health and all that stuff, and trying to overcome it. And I hope people can learn from this. And it's also weird, just like, who am I to try and teach people things? That's why it's like, I don't want to just like, not going to tell anybody how to live their life. I really just want to share my story, and believing in yourself can go a long way. Um, there's been times where my own family has laughed at me for saying I want to start a company, and it's a lot of work. I want to give up a lot, but I try to remind myself, you started this company for a reason. You've wanted to cause an impact. Don't forget that. Don't forget where you came from. I have accomplished things that I wanted to, But then once you do it, it's like I'm just not happy. It's never enough, it's never enough. Oh yeah, work for yourself full time, want to get a shop, want to get my things in bill and pause, blah blah blah. Um, it's also it's hard to look back and be satisfied when you're freaking struggling to pay the bills. And yeah, it's just American culture. So go, 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 go. And yeah, I miss traveling a lot too, man. I don't get to travel like I used to. Um, it's just like life, man. It's part of getting older, and um, yeah, we'll see where this goes. But yeah, that's just some random little journals, and I'll keep kind of reading these a little bit too when I do my solo one. Gotta do. I gotta get to the root of, and a lot of these are like kind of like prayers, at least in the beginning. My faith has changed a lot throughout the years. I definitely know there's more to life. I know there's some other forces out there. Um, and but I've just had some problems with like saying one religion is better than the other. So I don't. When people ask me if I'm religious, I say yes. I am definitely religious, but I don't really like. I was raised Christian, but that's just because of life circumstances. There's a reason why a lot of most all religions have similar core values, and a lot of what I find super interesting too is how a lot of them talk about flood myths. Then there's like the Epic of Gilgamesh, and then you look at people like Graham Hancock who talk about there was an ancient cataclysm and there's proof of a great flood, and it's just super interesting. Um, yeah, so I wrote these at some of these kind of as prayers. Um, Never really thought I would be sharing it one day. Well, I guess maybe I kind of did. I don't know. It's kind of scary putting this out there. I don't like to. I don't know. And who knows if this will work? I mean, this could just. Who knows? It doesn't matter if it fails. Honestly, this is just my story. So who gives a fuck? Yeah, more to come. Thank you for listening. Over and out.